Is this good or bad that we don't know who's good and who's bad? Because everybody always says, like, parity's so great. It's like, I like really good teams.
I guess it just depends on what you want to see. As a reporter, I love it because it keeps this interesting. The fact that, like, I care about the Panthers now is fun.
We know the Colts are good. We know Denver's good, right? No? Like,
okay. Well, yeah, no, Billy, I'm with you. It's like, like, Bo Nix kind of stunk against the Jets. And look, a lot of the Denver mistakes were self-inflicted. And you look at what this Jets team was doing, and it's like, how did they not just blow them out? But you're right. Like, the only team that I was making that noise about a month ago that I no longer am making it's the Chiefs. They found themselves. They're just about to take off. In my opinion.
What's this noise? What's this noise that you're making?
Everybody knows the noise.
It's like.
So your analysis of so when I ask you every team in the league, are they good? Everyone but the Chiefs is going to get that sound.
Yeah. So like if you'd like to do it, we'll go through it.
Sure. Let's go ahead and do
it. The Steelers.
Schedule's tough.
Yeah. The Bills?
Defense not great.
Patriots?
Not there yet.
Chargers?
I don't trust them.
These are different noises. These are all different.
It's a scale, Dan. You don't get it. It's a scale.
Yeah, it's a range of it.
Because even the Colts, the Colts are good. They're the best team in the AFC, but
Seattle?
I don't see them in the Super Bowl.
All right, let's do it this way. Who gives us the strongest, like,
I mean, I don't know, because
Seattle.
Even the Bucks seem good, but they're injured, and Baker's always capable of doing something dumb at the
Rams,
wrong time.
The Rams. You guys are going to do this with everybody?
That's the league.
The Lions.
This is our point, though. Like, this isn't
don't
fun.
know that the Lions are good? You guys don't feel like Green Bay is good?
Okay, I can go on the other side of it. Let's do the other side. Like we could do Browns.
Dolphins.
Titans.
Jets. No. You're playing the game wrong.
You better stop.
I just keep thinking, like, I'm the senior NFL insider at The Athletic, owned by the New York Times, and I'm going...
Yeah. And the Zoom's not picking it up, unfortunately, because the Raspberry is always a good sound.
Dianna, we're in a really interesting time for quarterback play in the league. It used to be a guy like Geno Smith, a guy who bounced around and reshaped himself into a starter in the NFL, was an outlier. And now you have stories like Baker Mayfield, Daniel Jones, Sam Darnold, guys that it took a little time, and now they're playing at elite levels. How does the league take this recent sample and apply it to guys like Spencer Rattler, Trevor Lawrence, even Anthony Richardson? Because we're seeing this recent trend in the league now where guys are bouncing around, they're getting with the right quarterback coach, and they're meeting their ceilings.
Yeah, it's find the right programs led by the right people, right? I think Kevin O'Connell has done a great job with any quarterback that stepped in Minnesota. Kyle Shanahan does it every single season. It's why he's so well regarded. It's this McVay tree, the Shanahan tree of coaches that are the ones that seem to be unlocking a lot of the quarterback play. So I think the story, or at least the lesson from this, is you really can't give up on a lot of these guys that have the mental toughness, right? Like, I was talking to somebody in Indy recently about Daniel Jones, and also I was talking to someone in Minnesota about Daniel as well. And they just kept pointing to his toughness from his time in New York, dealing with a lot of those challenges, but also just the fact that he's so coachable. And those are things I think that are just really important, even at the level of the NFL. I think those characteristics exist. Sam Darnold was probably one of the best examples of when you talk to coaches around the league, they used to always say, he can play, I'm telling you. And it would get so frustrating because you wouldn't see it. Saquon Barkley said the same thing to me about Daniel Jones when he went to Philly. I remember the first thing I said to him was, man, you got to be pumped about playing with Jalen Hurts now, right? Daniel Jones. He's like, no, Daniel is really good. You guys don't get it. Like, you give him an O-line, you give him a run game with someone like me, which we're seeing with Jonathan Taylor, we're seeing with a great O-line in Indy. Voila. It's there. It's less and more pretty good.
By the way, off of last night's game, I misspoke. It wasn't pressure with 4. Atlanta was bringing 5 on 5, but it wasn't.
You said 5.
No, I said pressure with 4 because it was a pressure rate that was 5 guys beating 5 other guys. It wasn't 6 or 7 guys, but 5 guys does qualify as a blitz. They weren't doing it with 4. They were doing it mostly with 5.
Yeah, they were very effectively sending their corners
yes.
too, surprising Josh Allen's, forcing him to his weaker side.
The other game last night, what did you make of Chicago and Washington? And does our NFL insider know when and how we suddenly got 2 games on Monday night? Did they tell you? Was there an announcement how that happened? I used to remember like Monday night only had 2 football games if one of the games on Sunday had been postponed for some sort of strange reason. A hurricane was coming or something.
I know, they double up. Do you like it though?
I do, but it just used to be that Monday Night Football was a singular game with singular announcers, not a diluted 2 games, and I'm watching them at once, and I've got to watch Washington and Chicago while I'm more interested in the other game.
Yeah, I personally don't love it. I'm liking the Sunday morning international games. I do it's a long day for all of us, but I like waking up, and I watch the game so differently in the morning. Like I'm way more reserved. I'm calmer. It's just like a warm up to what the rest of the day is going to be. In our house, I'm used to actually having soccer on, so it's nice to just start the day with a football game. I don't like the doubling up at night because I just think it's just too hard for my little brain to watch both games, and then I'm up late. All of it, all those stupid problems that come with it. The wildest part to me, guys, and you guys are on the same time zone as me. It's just my friends on the West Coast. Like, I think we underestimate how awesome that is for them. Like, they're done watching their football and they have a whole night ahead of them. We're all like under our covers, like looking at Twitter, after these games. They're living a life. That is the one thing I do wish that we could change, is just have the games on earlier. But in terms of what I saw, I mean, the Bears came out looking prepared. They obviously used that bye week to get ready for this. And the run game that I saw from on both sides of the ball, being able to stop the run and slow the Commanders down, something that they've done so well, I think was really impressive. And just to be able to go back to Washington after the way we saw Chicago lose last year on that Hail Mary, and essentially ended that year for them, right? Like that was an exorcism. One of our Bears writers was talking about that last night, of like, that game against the Commanders last year for the Bears is where it all fell apart. Matt Eberflus went in that the whole thing was just a disaster. So for the Bears to be able to turn it around this fast, like, I think we all knew Ben Johnson was going to be a good head coach, and he was obviously sought after, and he didn't make the decision to become a head coach until he felt ready. But I am surprised how quick he turned this around.
And you're willing to say that it is turned around. That's Chicago. Is Chicago good?
Chicago's good.
What?
They've got the right.
Chicago's the one that's good.
Could be.
They've got the building blocks of a team that are going in the right direction. Like that. That's what
is Chicago good?
You don't get the
my
sound.
bar for them is very low, right? So there's also that you have to factor in. Like, they get a big picture, but for Chicago and what those expectations are from a first-year head coach, and seeing how Caleb needed a lot of coaching, like, this is good. Bears fans should be waking up today, like, just enthusiastic that this is headed in the right direction.
Let's play the Tua sound for her here and get her reaction. There is only one team in the league where the coach has to come out the next day and say, my quarterback said the wrong thing.
I think it starts with the leadership in helping articulate that for the guys, and then what we're expecting out of the guys, right? We're expecting this. Are we getting that? Are we not getting that? We have guys showing up to player-only meetings late, guys not showing up to player-only meetings. Like, there's a lot that goes into that. Do we have to make this mandatory? Do we not have to make this mandatory? It's a lot of things of that nature.
To be clear, you're saying some players were late or missed?
Late, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Mike McDaniel said afterward, that's the wrong way to handle that. That has to be in-house. Your thoughts?
It's a mess. We talk about cultural issues inside locker rooms and problems that these teams have, and it's hard to point to what those are. They just put it out on Front Street. Like, they just told you the state of the Miami Dolphins. You have your franchise quarterback, the captain of their team, admitting that people are late, admitting that people aren't doing the things that they need to be doing to be a successful team. And I know their head coach came out and protected him a bit, I think, despite the fact that his quarterback is taking shots at him. Look, the most common question I get around football right now is when is this going to be over, right? Like, I think everyone's just watching the Dolphins and waiting to see when Stephen Ross goes, okay, enough. This is never going to turn around, which is unfortunate because I do think at times they had potential, but this has now become what it looks like from the outside, the quarterback going up against the head coach, and that's not going to work.
They also seem to be getting stuck in a game of semantics where when Mike McDaniel came out to say Tua shouldn't be saying that, Tua said there's players skipping player-only meetings, and Mike McDaniel's like, well, they're not exactly player-only meetings. They're player-called film study sessions that they're not attending, so it's not that big a deal. Why is this so weird?
Can we just get rid of player-only meetings? They don't work. Right. And even just the definition of meeting, we saw it with Philadelphia, right? It's like, they're like, oh, yeah, we met. And AJ Brown's like, no, we didn't. Like, we were walking to our cars and you were like, yo, catch the ball, or whatever the heck their conversation was, like that was not a meeting. And I think it's because Philly has tried so hard internally to fix it and it's not working. Like, it's almost like relationships, right? Like, when things aren't good and your significant other or your partner just wants to keep talking about it and you're like, enough with the talking about it. This is not going to fix anything. And the Dolphins are in the same bucket. Like, there's nothing they can talk about anymore. They are what they are, which is not a very good team run by bad leaders right now. And it's not going to get turned around. And I just think that they want to stop the bleeding because they don't want to be embarrassed at this point, because the wheels are off in Miami.
I feel like each team should only be allowed one players only meeting a year. Like, that's all you get, and you get to choose when it is that you have the players only meeting. Because if you're having it every week, it's completely pointless.
But I told you guys this offseason, I saw something I've never seen before. Never in my history covering sports. A football team got together on an off day without the coaches and had a practice that was players only. No coaches. They had training camp, and then on a day off, they got together. That team, to Diana's point of how useful these things are, the New York Jets. The New York Jets had a players-only practice this offseason, and that's the worst team in the sport, which is hard to do when Brian Callahan's team exists.
I mean, but that works when it's Tom Brady during COVID and you're breaking protocol, right? When it's like Justin Fields is calling you to like a park, it's like, did you reserve this field? Like, there's kids, they have a game today, get off the field.